Hello, Year 4. As you can see, it is Miss Markwell here from one of the bottom corners of your screen. I hope I didn't give too many of you a fright this morning with me appearing on your screen. But today I'm going to bring you another maths video, and we're going to be looking at comparing and ordering decimals. Now, some of you might find decimals a little bit tricky. Some of you might find it quite easy, but as you're all trying your best, and that's the only thing that matters, really. If you don't take anything away from this video, I know it's Friday, the sun is shining, it might be difficult to concentrate. I want you to take away that you're all amazing and you're doing a fantastic job and you are just doing such an amazing job, and I don't want you to stop trying so hard as you're absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to continue on with the maths video, but I need to disappear. Okay, so can I compare and order decimals? We're going to be using greater than, less than symbols. We're going to use language such as ascending, descending, all throughout this video. So firstly, just to recap, I've got a number, 1.46. In this number, I want you to tell me how many tenths are in this number. You know that the tenths column is the one after the decimal place, which is this column. So in this number, there are 4 tenths. Now I want you to look and see how many hundredths this number has. So you know the hundredths column is the one after the tenths and the one after the decimal place. So in this number, there are 6 hundredths. Right, I'm going to give you some tenths and hundredths, and I want you to tell me what the decimal is. So in my number, there are 5 tenths and 3 hundredths. What is my decimal? It is 0.53, because I've told you there are 5 tenths. Here's my 5 tenths. I've told you there are 3 hundredths. Here's my 3 hundredths. So another one. In my number, there are 8 tenths and 9 hundredths. What is my decimal? It is 0.89, because I've told you I have got 8 tenths and 9 hundredths. Okay, and last one. In my number, there are 6 tenths, 3 hundredths, and 2 ones. What is my decimal? My decimal is 2.63, because I've told you that I have got 2 ones, and this is the ones column. Before the decimal point, I've told you I've got 6 tenths, this is my tenths, and I've told you I've got 3 hundredths, and this is my hundredths column. Okay, so we're now going to focus on ordering and comparing decimals, which is what our main focus for today is. So when we order and compare decimals, we always look at the first digit, okay? So we might have to compare decimals in order from smallest to largest. We might just have to compare 2 decimals with the greater than or less than sign. So we always look at the first digit. So look at these numbers below, and the first digit is the ones column, and both of the digits in the ones are 0. When the numbers are the same, you move to the next column, and the next column is the tenths. So in this number, the tenths is a 3, and in this number, the tenths is a 5. So I want you to see, can you work out which number is smaller? Which number is smaller? So look at the tenths column. We have a 3 and a 5. Think which of these numbers is smaller, and that will tell you your answer. And the smallest decimal is 0.32, because the 3 is smaller than the 5. If the number in the tenths was the same, we would go on to the number in the hundredths, but that didn't matter for this one. Okay, now look over at this one. We have 0.7, 0.12 and 1.12. I want us to order this sequence of numbers from smallest to largest, so in ascending order. So we look at the first digit first, so we have a 0, 0, 1. Okay, and if we're going from smallest to largest, we need to take the smallest digit first. So we all know that 0 is smaller than 1, so it's going to be either 0.7 or 0.12. What do you do when the first number is the same? You move to the next column. So the next column is the tenths. In the tenths, we have a 7 and a 1. We're ordering these decimals from smallest to largest, so we need to take the smallest number first. And we know that 1 is much smaller than 7. So that means 0.12 comes first, 0.7 will come next, and 1.12 will come last because it is the largest number. Okay, we're going to use our greater than less than symbols, and I'm going to give you two decimals, so one here and one here, and you're going to tell me which symbol needs to go in here. Okay, thinking about the digits, what we just did on the slide before, so looking at the digits. So the first decimal is 0.4454 is greater than or less than 0.87. Okay, so we look at the first digit, 0, we have two zeros. Then we look at the second one, we have a 5 here and an 8 there. We know that 8 is much greater than 5, so that means 0.54 is less than 0.87. This is because 5 is less than 8. Okay, let's give you another one. 1.56 is greater than or less than 1.47. Okay, so look at the first digit. We have a 1 here and a 1 here, so they're both the same, so we need to move to the next column. The next column, we have a 5 here and a 4 there. They're different, so which one is this one? Is 5 greater than or less than 4? We know that 5 is a bigger number than 4, so 1.56 is greater than 1.47 because the number in the tenths column is greater. Right, I'm going to give you one more, and it is 1.75 is greater than or less than 1.79. Okay, so we look at the first column first. We have two ones in the ones column, so we need to move to the next column, which is the tenths. In the tenths, we have two sevens. So that doesn't tell us anything. So what do we have to do next? We move to the next column, which is the hundredths. In the hundredths, we have a 5 and a 9. So is the 5 greater than 9 or is 5 less than 9? We know that 5 is less than 9, so 1.75 is less than 1.79 because the number in the hundredths column, which is 5, is less than 9. Okay, so which digit do we look at first when ordering decimals? We always look at the ones column, or the first digit that there is. So I want you can pause the video here And you're going to order these decimals 4.98, 9.48, 4.89, 8.94, and 8.49. A lot of the same numbers in ascending order. So firstly, what you need to do is think, what does ascending order mean? And ascending order means from smallest to largest. So if I want to order these numbers from smallest to largest, I need to think, I need to go through all of the numbers. So we look at the ones column first. So we have a 4, 9, 4, 8, 8. So we're going from smallest to largest, and the smallest number in the ones column is 4. So I've got a 4 here and a 4 here. They're both the same number, so I move to the next column, which is the tenths. In the tenths, I have got a 9 and an 8. We know that 8 is less than 9, so 4.89 comes first, and then 4.98 comes next. Right, so we've done these two. Let's cross those out so we don't get confused. Which one comes next? We go back to the ones column, so we have a 9, an 8, and an 8. So which one is the next smallest number? We know that the next smallest number out of these ones is 8. So we have 8.94 and 8.49. The ones column has the same digit, so we go to the tenths column. In the tenths, we have a 9 and a 4, and we know that 4 is smaller than 9. So the next decimal is 8.49. And the one after that is the other 8th decimal, which is 8.94. And then we only have one left, and that is the largest number, which is 9.48. Okay, so I've got a little investigation for you, which you don't have to do if you don't want to. You can pause the video here and do it, or do it after you do your tasks. So we have some digit cards, and you have to create two numbers which have the greatest difference. So you're going to try and make, I would say, advise you to try and make the smallest number you can possibly make with these digit cards, and then the largest number you can possibly make. So that's a little investigation which you can do, or you don't have to do. That's all the maths for today and for this week, as it's Friday. So you can go over to Teams and access the sheets and also Mastery if you would like. For today, I've also uploaded a Super Friday Maths challenge, which is a little challenge on decimals for you, which you can do, or you don't have to do if you don't want to. If you do it, please send me a picture on Teams, and I can check how you got on with the challenge. So please give that a go if you would like. But have a lovely rest of today, and have a wonderful weekend, and make sure you keep yourselves nice and busy. So Teams will all be back up and running again on Monday with some more maths and English and something else. So have a lovely weekend. Bye.